Hey everyone, welcome to the third episode of The Blind Pig. This time, Bill actually said after our last episode, if hopefully you watched that, with our IPAs, that, you know what, I want a bourbon cocktail. I said, let's film it. And then he said, what do you want to make? I said, I'll make you something that you maybe haven't had before. So this time I'm going to make Bill the Hunter cocktail. You ever had one of these before, Bill?
I have not. I'm a big fan of bourbon.
Okay.
Old-fashioned, Manhattan, all the classic bourbon drinks,
Sure.
But I have not had this before.
So this is a very bourbon-forward drink. It's going to be the main ingredient, but we are going to add 2 cherry-based liqueurs to this, one of which is Cherry Heering. Not something you find a whole lot. I actually ordered this online. It was not
not seen it
locally.
before.
Yeah.
Nope.
Very cherry liqueur. It's got a good taste. I wouldn't drink it by itself, but in the right cocktail, it works very well. As well as, some of you may have heard of or had before, Luxardo Liqueur. So we've used Luxardo cherries before in our drinks. This time, this actually is made by the same company, but it's their liqueur, their alcoholic drink, that again, accompanies the right drink. You wouldn't drink it by itself. So we're going to start off by, I've chilled these glasses already. We're going to add some ice to these glasses. 3 or so cubes in each. There you go. And then we're going to start off by doing 2.5 ounces of bourbon. So again, very bourbon forward. That's a good amount of bourbon.
So what are we using for the bourbon?
That's a great question. Thank you. So for the bourbon for this drink, I use Elijah Craig small batch. It's one of my mid to upper level. Yeah, it's a good mixing bourbon
Solid,
for sure.
affordable bottle.
Yeah, for sure.
So 2 ounces?
2.5 actually for this one.
2.5, okay.
There's a 1 ounce jigger, so 2 and a little more.
Close enough.
Yep. Again, if you're at a professional bar, like I mentioned before, I'm sure they're going to do a little different measurements. This is a home bar. This is meant to be, hey, you go a little over on this pour, you go a little under the next pour, it all works out.
And nobody hates a heavy pour.
No.
Not when it comes to bourbon.
Or in this case, a spilled pour.
I mean, I would drink that straight with the ice.
Yeah. Next up, we're going to do the Cherry Heering. So in this case, we're going to do 1/2 ounce. So we're going to flip our jigger over.
See, this is a cherry liqueur.
Yeah, give it a smell. A little bit of cherry on there, yeah.
Heavy cherry. So why not use, if an old fashioned or something like that use a legit cherry, why using a cherry liqueur?
Again, it's a different drink. There are lots of varieties and ways to make old fashions, and the one we made in a previous episode that hopefully you saw, we use a lot of Luxardo syrup. In this case, we're actually bringing in 2 different cherry liqueurs just to give a different flavor. It's a different cocktail.
Kind of mix
overall.
it up.
You got it. And then,
it smells good too.
For the last one, we use 1/8 of an ounce. So it's a tiny...
That's a splash.
I don't have an 1/8 measuring cup.
Just splashing.
So exactly. It's a home bar again.
So what is this you're splashing in here then?
So again, this is the Luxardo Liqueur. This is, again, made by the same company that makes Luxardo cherries. This is the go-to quality cherry if you make quality old fashions at home.
So is that a cherry liqueur? Are we using 2 different cherry liqueurs?
We're using 2 different cherry liqueurs. Yeah.
Okay.
This recipe actually calls for 2 different cherry liqueurs. So our drinks are made. We're going to give them a good stir, which I left my stir actually in the dishwasher. The goal of these videos is to say how we're going to do it at my house. You know what? I'm doing this in one take.
If it was your house, you're going to mix it up and use it.
I have a knife. You know what I mean? A spoon's fine as well. It doesn't matter what you have. Use whatever you have.
So once you mix this up, how are we going to finish off this drink?
Well, let's have...
I feel like there's something missing.
There's a couple more ingredients coming, actually. All right. So we're going to give it on top a drop of bitters, all right? Now, technically the drink actually calls for a drop of the orange Angusta. I own the Woodford Reserve Spiced Cherry Bitters. Figured a cherry drink deserves a cherry bitter. I'm going to do 1 drop on top.
So you mix that in or no?
Nope.
Just let it sit. Let it sit.
1 on top.
Okay.
And again, we're cherry forward. We're going to go...
No, not a maraschino cherry.
No, Luxardo cherry. Only the best for you, Bill.
Okay. I like maraschino. Not going to lie.
They're a sweeter cherry.
These are a lot darker.
A lot darker for sure.
Flavor. I feel like there's something missing.
Lastly, we got the orange peel. If you saw our old-fashioned episode, we forgot this at first. Added it to the end. Give a quick wrap on the rim. A little twist. Gets the oils out, which is where all the flavor is. And Bill, cheers.
I'm excited.
This is the Hunter cocktail.
Cheers.
What do you think?
It's a good drink.
It's a good drink.
It's a good drink. I mean, so Manhattan, old fashioned. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan. This, a lot of cherry flavor,
Sure.
more cherry forward. It is a sweeter drink, but the bourbon still comes out. You take a sip, you kind of get the cherry hit first, but then the bourbon kind of follows, and
that old pal's there.
it's
there
a
on the back,
solid finish. Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you for joining. Again, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Look for more videos in the future. Thanks.
Cheers.